welcome back to the Anchor Down podcast. It's going to be season 3, episode 11. I'm your host, Ian Larrabee.
Co-host, Benny Gallick.
And we're coming at it here Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's here already. It's crazy. I mean,
time is flying by.
Yeah, it's going.
December starts on Sunday. We finally just got our snow.
Right, yeah. We've been waiting.
Monday morning, woke up to a whole buttload of snow. That was a pleasant surprise in the morning. I kind of knew it, but it was way more than I thought.
It didn't start till like probably late because they were saying it was going to start at 8, but it didn't.
Yeah,
it was a little later.
I was driving home around like 11:45 or so Sunday night, and it was starting to snow then a decent little bit, like a little bit.
Right.
So when I woke up in the morning, I was like, "Whoa! It must have came hard. Like it must have hit very hard in those early morning hours." But yeah, then it's been snowing the past couple of nights as well. I think it's lightly been going still.
Yeah, I know.
Because every morning there's a little bit more.
I know towards the end of the parade on Monday, it started to snow.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah. Then there was
that was cold.
Spirit of the Unity parade this past Monday here, the 25th, which is, a parade they do every year. The end of I think it's always that Monday before Thanksgiving, or somewhere in that time frame. And boy, was it cold out there.
Yeah, it was cold. I mean, us and the hockey team walked, so I mean, it was fun. It was good to get out, but it was cold.
Yeah, a lot fewer people than the past couple years, I think, because of the temperatures. But everyone was kind of bundled up. Yeah, we were in it for band, and the Chamber of Commerce right there on Howard, they like host us, so we walk from the high school, go sit in there. They have hot chocolate and cookies for us, and we kind of sit there till the parade starts, and keep our instruments warm. Yeah, it didn't take but a couple minutes of being outside, and all of our instruments froze. My trombone, the slide was stuck there. I'm like trying to yank it without breaking it, and
Sammy's Pizza was nice enough to let the hockey team go in like their back, like I guess dining room. Yeah, so we got to sit back there for 20-30 minutes, warm up, and walk out to the Salvation Army. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool little thing though, that wintertime parade. You get some sports, you get clubs, you get the band. I think like the police department, obviously they're driving some vehicles through it, and just something fun, throw it in there in the start of the winter season, give people something to do, whatever. Yeah, something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, and then so that's always every year. In the past couple years, it's been a lot cooler or a lot warmer than this year. It's cold, but I can't complain. I like the snow.
Yeah, it's better.
The cold, I'll take
than last year. I mean,
yeah.
It was like raining on Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Hopefully all of this stays here. I just came back from. I was in Jamaica the other week. Last week, and that was. I was it's like 80 something degrees there and humid the whole time. I'm like, that was nice. And I come back home expecting all right, dude, I'm ready for the winter. I'm ready for snow now. And I come back and the city's had a bit of snow that night when we got back. By the morning, it was all gone. I was so disappointed. I was so sad.
Yeah, I know they had a storm there a few weeks ago that they got a decent amount. But, I mean,
yeah, I love the snow. I love both seasons a lot. Like the change of summer to winter.
There's a lot of pluses to both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of bad. You got to go out and start your car every morning.
Right.
Whatever.
But it's nice. It is in a lot of ways, and I think a lot of people feel that too. Is that they appreciate the winter and the cold, but also the summer has its nice moments.
Right.
But yeah, so obviously talking about winter and getting into it, we really are starting pretty much every sport other than boys swimming, which boys swimming starts next Monday the 2nd. Every other sport is already started up here for the winter time. A lot of them have started to have events or games. You guys, hockey, you just had a game last night, right? Was that your first?
Yeah.
First game of the season?
Second. We had Matamidi last, I want to say, Wednesday, somewhere around there. We got an overtime win, so we snuck one out.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they're a solid squad?
Yeah, they're top 10. I mean, they're in state every year.
Right.
I think
Who had the winning goal?
I did, actually. So,
Benny had the winning goal. Look at him go there.
It was a good game.
How does the team look this year? Like, what's the...
Young. We're still young. We have
for sure.
Total of 5 or 6 seniors. So, I mean, not as many as we'd like, but
But you guys, you have a lot of juniors, don't
yeah,
you? Good amount of juniors.
Junior filled. I mean, a couple big ninth graders stepping in to fill some defensive roles. So yeah.
That's super cool. And then you guys had a game last night as well.
Yeah, last night against Cloquet. We blew a lead in the beginning, but I mean, who said we're gonna win every game? So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but just getting into it still. I mean,
right.
Like we've talked about, you're still getting into your rhythm. You're still, everyone's trying to figure out what their role is and how you can cooperate. And it's going to kind of keep testing you guys because you have a couple games upcoming now.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday,
St. Cloud Cathedral, they're defending state champions, and then preseason ranked, they got number 1 in single A.
Really?
Yeah, so that'll be tough.
Ooh,
and
that's
then
a good game.
Cretin-Durham Hall, I mean, big name, big school.
Right.
They also are double A, and they've got the number 1 rank on them for double A as well. So
is this like your usual schedule, or do you guys?
No.
These are some new games.
Yeah, these are new games. Our new coach actually got us the schedule.
Did
the
he?
New head coach. Yeah. So he's kind of like, well, we're gonna make it tough. So when playoffs comes, I mean, it'll be a little easier, which is great. I like the challenge.
Yeah.
We're playing real hockey teams now. So
right. No, I've always liked that. There's definitely times in years where the team just can't quite handle that type of a calendar.
Right.
But man, when you've got a team that's doing well, having that difficult type of year where you're getting pushed like crazy, you're really battling, and then by the time you get to your end of the season playoffs, all of that, you guys are feeling good. I mean, you've gone up against tough competition. Whether you lose or win, I mean, if you're staying close with them, things like that, even that'll give you confidence.
I mean, that's what Hermantown's been doing for the past 10 years.
Right.
I mean, you've seen how successful they are. Their whole schedule is just about double A. And, I mean, if they win 10 out of 25 games, who cares? Because then they come into playoffs and sweep everyone because they're just used to higher pace hockey.
Yep. And I think that's a big thing. I've seen a lot of sports, but in wrestling, I've had my fair share of different levels of competition and being at the state tournament, all those things where there is a big difference in each, class, in single, double, triple. There's a big difference in the top competitors, but then just overall in any class, all the top competitors compared to everyone else, it's faster, it's more aggressive, and it kind of like if you're not ready for it and you start playing, you're like, whoa, what the heck? What is happening?
No, this isn't some green
right? Like barely know how to skate. But when you get those games, or for me, like a lot of times I've had wrestling matches before where it's like push me against kids way more difficult than I'll ever actually end up wrestling in sections or state because they're AAA. But it's like, that gives me more confidence.
Once I go to state, I mean, I can watch you. I mean, I lost you, but then I can kill this kid.
Right.
Type thing.
Yep. Yeah. So it's I totally agree with that. I really like that. It's tough. I don't think we'll be able to see those because those are going to be in the evening here. We leave on Friday for wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that Cathedral game would be at JV at 2, varsity at 4, and then. Okay. I'm guessing for Saturday there'll be like a noon and 2 game.
Yeah.
We're gonna live stream that Friday game.
Okay.
And then, the Friday game will be live streamed on HPAT here. They also live streamed last night as well.
Yep.
Which is cool. That's always nice to see though when you're able to get that.
Right.
A lot of people
I think Emily Law was there taking pictures too.
Yeah.
So
she always there
nice.
doing that. And then you guys have a game Tuesday the 3rd next week against Denfeld. Another home game.
Yeah, that kind of ends the home stretch.
Yeah, Denfeld, are they? I don't even know. Is Denfeld's hockey that good anymore?
Last year they were all right. I mean, I'm pretty sure they went to Double A.
Okay. Yeah.
Just school wise, I'm not sure if they made the semifinals last year or not, but I know they've got a couple good skaters
for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be good though for you guys. Kind of excited to see how that goes. I like hockey. I love going. I've always liked going to the hockey games, boys and girls. Kind of had reasons for going to some, but it's a good time.
Right.
I was talking with someone the other day, another senior, and he was saying, he's like, I've only been to like a couple hockey games my whole time in high school, and I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, not a hockey player, not the biggest fan, but obviously you're used to it. You know it from living
Right.
up here,
Yeah.
and it's a cool time. It is a good time.
There's a lot of people there last night. I mean,
Yeah.
I know people that haven't been to a game in like 20
Yeah.
years that were there last night. So I mean,
Yeah, and
I would
obviously
say
the
it's
the
coming
success
back.
helps too.
Right,
When
yeah.
you guys did well last year, making it to where you did,
Right, yeah.
not as far as you would have wanted, but still going up.
Yeah.
That helps get.
and it was nice to see some graduates there
Yeah.
last night too, because I know a lot of people are on like fall break or
For
Thanksgiving
sure.
break. So yeah.
Yeah, so good luck to all the hockey boys here. Hopefully that goes well. And then, get through those home games and you'll be on a away
Yeah.
stretch for a little while,
Yep.
I'm sure. And then, other than that, the girls' hockey, I don't believe they don't have any games coming up here within
No,
the
they
next
just played
week.
last
But
night against I Falls.
Did they? Do you know how that game went at all?
I don't, but let's say they won.
Let's say they won. I hope.
Yeah.
They've had a few games, so they started their season right away, got those
Yeah.
games in, and then they'll have a little break here, and I'm sure picking it up again probably midweek next week. And for wrestling here, talk about wrestling. Our season started last Monday. Had a full week of practice, and then this week we've had a couple days of practice. We have practice today, Friday, and then for varsity we're leaving Friday after practice to go down to the cities. We've got a tournament on Saturday against at Minnetonka.
Okay. Is
So
that a big one?
It's a decent one. We've never gone to this one. This one particular. Usually for wrestling, we always have our first tournament or meet the week after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So this year it's different where we don't have much break at all. Where usually you're like, the Thanksgiving weekend's like the last time to just stuff your
Right.
face
I was
with
gonna
food.
say like
And-
now you guys can't eat or what? How
Yeah,
is that
I mean,
gonna work?
I can. I don't have to worry about
You're
that.
not, you're not on a weight cut.
We're doing it at what, 285?
Yeah, I've got a few pounds to spare on
Yeah.
the top end. But there are some kids for sure who
Have
might
to
not be able to enjoy
watch
that
it,
Thanksgiving
right.
dinner.
Yeah, I mean that's a factor.
It is, and it's always been something that Thanksgiving's always like a kind of marker in the wrestling season of like the real start of things,
Right.
and also like for a lot of people it's their last time, or you usually have to be cautious at that point. But this time it's like
Right.
crazy that's
Yeah.
right before. But then the JV and the girls, because this year the girls. And they did last year as well. They have their own separate team completely,
Okay.
and they have their own schedule.
Who coaches that?
So the girls, it's I think like everyone's kind of shared, but it's Matt Anderson,
Okay.
and like Sarah Hout Cooper also
Really?
coaches and helps. Yeah, she picked that up last year. She started
I
coming.
never think she'd do that.
It was such a random thing. I think maybe Woj got her to.
Oh.
Or maybe
Huh.
Matt, but yeah, it was really cool for the girls to have a female
Right.
kind of also be there for them. I think it's a
Yeah.
little more comfortable than just like male
Probably.
coaches. But yeah, so Matt, and then there's someone else, Roger Better, so you probably wouldn't know at all. He's
Yeah.
much older guy, but he's big wrestling world. His family is. I mean, he's been in it for
Okay.
forever. It's a big name
Right.
in Hibbing, at least for wrestling. But so they're kind of coaching the JV and girls, and then Woj and Elliot Osterhout, who's Aaron Rolfe's stepdad. They kind of coach the varsity more,
Okay.
deal with that, as well as Owen Walters.
Right.
But yeah, the girls this year, they have a couple tournaments that we share that they'll be at as well. That like
Okay.
the tournaments host both boys and girls stuff. But they have a lot of their own events, which is nice because it used to be where if you wanted to be wrestling in a girl wrestling, you'd have to go wrestle with the guys.
Right.
Which
Yeah. I think that's kind of taken off the girls wrestling.
it is. It really is. Minnesota, they sanctioned it for high school a couple years back now. And it's been growing, just growing every year.
Yeah.
Last year at the state tournament, it was way bigger than the year before at the state tournament, and then like even our team this year. Last year for girls, we had 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say there wasn't many.
2 or 3, I think. This year we have like 8 to 10,
Okay.
somewhere in that. So, I mean, that's really cool to see that
Yeah.
growth. And overall, our program, a lot of younger kids. It's really good to see that. So yeah, hopefully hopefully that goes well. We'll be in Minnetonka Saturday. Girls and JV will be in Rapids,
So
and then
you guys will just have like one match then each, or how
no.
does that work?
So we'll have the tournament. It depends. I don't know if there's going to be maybe 8 to 10 teams there probably.
And then
so
it's like a bracket for your weight class.
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
So your weight class, your bracket. And not every team has every weight, so sometimes,
Right.
like me, a lot of times in the bigger side, I don't always get a full bracket. You get to the middle weights, like 160 pounds, and you get completely full. But yeah, so that'll be a good, just kind of first tournament. It'll be a little difficult for some of us for sure,
Right.
but it'll be a good starter. And then Tuesday, next Tuesday the 3rd, it's going to be a home meet versus Aiken. So Aiken's going to be coming here. We wrestle them. That's usually our first meet of the year. Always is Aiken.
Okay.
We always have a duel against Aiken. We switch there and here every year, but that'll be good.
Yeah, that's kind of like how hockey was, like with Grand Rapids. That used to be always our home opener.
Yep.
But, I mean, now it's all switched up, like you guys have it too. So yeah.
Yeah, but then we have that, and the girls. The girls on Monday actually are going to be in Rock Ridge as well. So I think it's the girls in JV.
That
so
must
they're
be
starting
a
up.
pretty nice facility.
Rock Ridge
Their
is
mats.
there. Yeah, they
Or
got.
I guess their whole kind of.
So they have that new gym, that the U.S. Steel Gymnasium, which is a nice gym. Other than it's freezing cold, they don't have heat or so. It's so cold in there in the wintertime. We have a tournament or two there, and it's so
Probably
cold.
just relying on people to heat it up.
Something like that, like the Mall of America.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, they got brand new everything, right? They got brand new mats and all that. They've got they've got nice stuff there. Yeah, so that's our wrestling season here starting up. Then we'll get into more tournaments, and we'll kind of start every weekend. We'll have some realistically.
Yeah, that's kind of like us too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Once it starts, it really starts.
Right. Yeah, you're into it.
And then got girls basketball. Have you heard anything about girls basketball at all?
Oh no, I saw a couple posts about Coach Hansen, but that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, they play next Tuesday, the 3rd, at Marshall, Duluth Marshall.
Okay.
I don't know if they've had it. I think they've had a game or two.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much.
Yeah, I have not heard much at all about that. We could probably look into that one. Boys basketball, they've got a game next Tuesday as well, versus Bemidji. That's at home at the Lincoln.
Okay. I heard their scrimmages went pretty well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
those.
pretty tight with chairs, which is, good, but they won't play them, obviously, because they're a level below. But still, they have a lot of good basketball players on that team, and to be tight with them and, have a lot of juniors on the team, as someone said, good for them.
Right. Yeah, and, like, they have the new coaching.
Yep.
Which it's always an interesting one because it can do a lot. It can be a little. It can be like whatever.
It can make some people's habit or break their habit.
Yep.
So
it's always kind of an interesting one. It usually takes, I'd say for sure, a few games to really start getting a vibe with a new coach. I'm sure you guys kind of feel that. Granted, you've had Jammer as a coach.
Yeah, a little bit.
You've had him as a coach, but
yeah, it's different.
But still, being the head coach
role, yeah,
I'm sure he's got new ways that he wants to go about things and new ideas, which is definitely good.
Right.
And then, like we said earlier, the boys swimming, they'll start next Monday, December 2nd for their practices. And then I believe skiing, they've also started practicing.
Yeah, they were on here last week. They said a lot of dry land.
Yeah,
stuff.
just dry land.
I did see a post that Giants Ridge was making snow, and then
I'm sure,
this couple inches probably helped a little bit, but
yeah, I'm sure they.
As long as the temps are cold, they can make snow all day.
Right.
So it's.
Yeah, I'm sure
they don't
still
really
be
care. It just
bit.
needs to be a little cooler. Yeah.
It's got to be cold. 50 degrees doesn't really do much.
Usually they're opening after Thanksgiving sometime.
Yeah. There's I don't know what the date is, but there's usually like a certain date that they try to aim for.
Yep.
And I remember last year I think they missed it. And they might be missing it again this year. But yeah,
what do you do?
There's only so much you can do.
Can't really tell it. 30 degrees and so you can make snow. But.
Yeah, so the skiing they're starting up here. Hopefully they can get enough snow out soon that they can start getting out there and practicing for real.
Right.
Other than that, though, that's pretty much everything we've got going on for sports. We have a few things that's kind of getting into that season for concerts. Next Monday, the 2nd, is the Crescendo High School Orchestra's concert, their holiday concert at the high school. Then the following Monday, the 9th, that's our band concert, our holiday band concert. As well as there's a few concerts coming up here for the Lincoln, some younger kids concerts. Got like the 6th and 7th grade band and choir is the 12th of December. Kindergarten and 1st grade winter concert for Washington, that's the 18th of December. The 2nd grade concert for Greenhaven is the 19th of December. And then 3rd grade concert at the Greenhaven is January 15th.
That's a late one.
And now that I'm saying all that, I totally forget that they split up those schools.
Yeah, they did.
They're not each, they're like the same thing. They're split up by grades now.
Yeah,
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Just like the high school. Yeah, they split everything up by grade. It's like climbs in order now. So all those concerts coming up here. Obviously a good time. Choir, I'm sure theirs will be coming up. It's usually a couple weeks after ours, I think.
Monday after the band.
Or the Monday after, the week after there, so the 16th.
Yeah.
And other than that, we can quickly talk on the Vikings. Vikings 9-2.
They snuck another one out. I feel like we've been saying that for the past 3 weeks.
They snuck one by the Bears.
I heard someone say that they've never gotten 3 road games that they've won in a row. So, I mean, that would be a franchise record if that is true. I'm not sure. But, yeah, they snuck one out against Chicago. So, but I mean, close games, good teams find a way to win. So,
I guess it doesn't matter the score in the end when you win.
I guess we'll still call them good.
Yeah. So they're 9-2 right now. I mean, they're sitting at 2nd in the NFC North.
Yeah, I mean, those Lions are pretty stellar.
Those Lions going to play the Bears this week, I believe.
Yeah.
That'll be a whooping, I'm sure.
Probably, but I don't know. The Panthers, they put Kansas City almost into overtime. So.
Yeah. There's been some weird games, but a few games that have been as expected.
Right.
Yeah, the Vikings I don't know it's so strange.
It's just so hit or miss.
It's so hit or miss, but they keep pulling those little wins out, and the defense is doing really well for the most part, but like that game, I mean, I think it went into overtime, and the Bears kicked a field goal first, right?
Yeah, then of course they recover an onside kick.
Yeah, they recovered the
onside
kick.
Goes off one of our guys' leg.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not even sure what that guy was doing. He's like trying to block him instead of like jumping on the ball.
Yeah.
He can't. He should have not moved.
Yeah, because there's
10 yards.
Because the ball, I think it
didn't
go 10 yards,
but it hit him. So I mean, fumbled.
Yeah.
Then.
But the way that the onside kicks work this year with that new dynamic kicking is like they have to announce that they're doing it.
Right. Yeah, they're different rules.
Has to go that 10 yards, and it's just like what I don't know. There's some interesting ones, but well. You got the T-Wolves. They're not off to a very hot start at all.
No, overtime loss last night.
Yeah, they're doing 8-9 right now is what they're sitting. Pretty middle to low of the Western Conference. Not so hot, but it's a long season. They've got a lot of time here to go.
Right.
Then the Wild, they're sitting at 13-4-4. That's not half bad at all.
No, they had a kind of a tight one against the Jets. I mean, almost outshot them 2-1, but just couldn't really score.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'll happen though sometimes.
Yeah. Another guy that they traded, Nino Niederreiter, he had 2 goals for the Jets. So I mean,
is that where he plays now?
Yeah, former Wild player.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I used to play with him on NHL, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I might not know that much.
Pionk and Iafallo, Minnesota natives, they've got a couple points that game. So I mean, they're booming. They're a good team.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That is
right, but I mean,
they're sitting towards the top, I think, for the Western.
Yeah, I think they're second.
Yeah,
second and maybe 4th or 5th in the league. I'm not sure if they dropped.
So that's not bad. Hopefully they can keep that season going there. That'd be really cool to see them do well.
I know Kaprizov, they said he was going to miss a couple, but he's back. So he's
back?
Yeah.
There you go.
Lower body injury, they called him day-to-day, but he seems to be fine. So
a lot of those guys, they just like get me back home.
Right.
Like, I don't care. Other than that, everything here, that's about all we have going on. Just a lot of sports that are going to continue moving through the winter here. But other than that, I think we're going to be good here. And hopefully everyone has a nice Thanksgiving, a nice little break here from school and all that. And we will see you guys next week.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.